welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name is Mark Hoffman. Today I'm taking you around our 2013 Camry Hybrid HL. As you've seen from inquiry on the car, represents exceptional value and definitely stands out in this colour. Both my cameraman and I agree this car really looks good in this colour. We'll start off at the front. This video is going to be mostly about condition, but a bit about the features as well. Things to note with the Camry Hybrid. Up the front we've got the nice headlights, a bit of a blue tint in the headlights as well, which is pretty cool. Got the fog lights down the bottom with the chrome surround. Now while we're down the bottom, quite commonly you see they get scratched up on this sort of area of the bumper bar. None of that here. Someone's actually looked after this car really well. Big grills, chrome grille. The hybrid badge, of course, for the Toyotas has a little blue bit in the inside, which is a nice little touch. Along the front, no signs of stone chips, scratches, nicks, anything. Presents really well. Coming across to the front guard of the car, we have a hybrid badge there just to let everyone know that you're saving lots of fuel compared to them. Front wheel, no signs of gutter rash at all, really presents well. A tiny little bit if I'm brutal on it. Really good condition Bridgestone tyre up the front as well. Coming down the side of the car now, we've got indicators in the mirrors, nice chrome strips around the whole windows, door handles as well. This car is fitted with proximity key. It's yelling at me because the key's in the car and I just hit the lock button, so it's grumpy. So I'll make it quiet again. So really good. Imagine you've got 2 bags of shopping and you've got to fumble for your keys. None of that with this car. Simply put one finger in the door handle, it opens. Really easy. That'll change your life. No signs of scratches, dents, shopping trolley marks, anything down the side of this vehicle. Actually one of the best presented Camrys I've seen in a long time. Rear wheel, we've got a tiny little rash just here. Hasn't dented the wheel, has just touched the paint. And a really good condition Bridgestone tyre at the back as well. Coming around to the rear of the Camry now, a little bit to talk about here. Obviously we'll start at the top. We've got the high mount stoplight. We will show you a pretty cool little trick at the back in a minute though. At the back here, chrome grills, little lip spoiler, quite a nice look. The hybrid badge, of course, another hybrid badge again, and a Camry badge, just to remind you it's a Camry. We do have reversing sensors, and hidden away under here we do have a reversing camera. Now, it's not going to let me in the boot because the car is locked because I just locked it before. So we'll do that in a moment. Coming around the passenger side of the car, from that angle you're on right now, you'll see yet again, no shopping trolley, dings, nicks, nothing. This car presents brilliantly. Rear quarter, no damage here. Rear wheel, tiniest little bit of rash here and a little bit more down there, but a brilliant condition Bridgestone tyre. Yet again, going down the side of the vehicle, usually I like to find a scratch or a nick or something. I haven't been able to find one on this car so far. Coming up to the last of the wheels now, this one, yet again, as with the others, a very light rub, quite light just there, affecting only the paint, and a brilliant condition Bridgestone tyre at the front. So all the way around this car, very impressed. Right, round to the front of the Camry Hybrid now. Cheated a little bit by opening the bonnet. Now, first thing we're going to talk about, obviously the condition of the engine bay, same as the rest of the car. Absolutely almost showroom quality. But one thing I like to talk about on the Toyotas is build quality. The nice big heavy gas struts. We've got sound deadening on the bonnet, sound deadening across the firewall. Driving this car is actually a very pleasant experience. Now let's talk about some stats and numbers and things. On the left hand side here of the hybrid GEG drive, we'll talk about the petrol part. You're looking at a 4-cylinder 2.5 litre engine. It's going to give you 118 kilowatts of power and 213 newton meters of torque. Combine that with the electric system over here, you're going to get a combined power of 151 kilowatts and 270 newton meters of torque. Through a 1-speed CVT transmission, here's the best bit. Out of a big full-size sedan, you're going to get 5.2 litres to the 100 kilometres out of a cheap-to-fill 65 litre tank. Wait for it, this is a long number. 1,250 kilometres of average driving range. Alright, round to the back of the Camry again, we'll have a little look at the boot, which I've now unlocked and opened. As we mentioned before, lip spoiler, and we've got reversing camera, reversing sensors as well. Hold the boot all the way up. As I just mentioned in the engine bay, condition and build quality here. We've even got a mat on the top of the boot. A lot of cars sort of don't do that anymore. I don't know why. Anyway, in the boot here, we've got a fair bit of space to talk about. We do have the battery system is mounted in the boot of these Camrys, so you do lose a little bit of boot space. You still do have a ski port there to access through if you want. You've got a little button here. If we pull that, and then you can push the seat down and it'll get you in through there. Obviously, we lift up the cover here. We've got Underneath, even better, they've even got more foam under there. They build these so well. Another factory full-size spare tyre, and judging by the sticker on it, I'd say that's never been on the car. And all of the tools there look unused, so nice and clean under here as well. I'll see you on the inside of the car. All right, inside the car now, and such a comfortable place to be. Both my cameraman and I, we both own Toyotas, and for a valid reason, they build them so well and they're just nicely fitted out. So obviously from the back angle you're on at the moment, we have leather everywhere. Things that jump out at you straight away when you hop in the car. The dashboard's covered in nice soft touch leather, no hard plastics. We've also got the white stitching going all the way across. Some nice silver trims throughout the interior as well. Just, they've really set this up very, very well. So we'll start at the center here. Steering wheel, black leather with black stitching. Nice, really easy to hold on to. No signs of wear at all. Commonly see wear on these sort of plastic parts here. None of that here. On the right hand side, we've got our Bluetooth controls as well as our display control for the center screen. Underneath here we have a cruise control. I have a rather old Supra at home and it has the exact same cruise control stalk. They haven't changed it because it works on, off, up, down. Simple. Over here we've got all of our audio controls here. Really easy to use, your channel and volume, that sort of fun stuff. Left side, we've got automatic front wipers on this vehicle, so when rain comes, it will actually turn on automatically. You can actually set it to be quite sensitive, so if the person in front of you runs their wipers and you get a bit of spray, you'll actually find yours will do it automatically. Pretty cool. Going across to this side, automatic headlights in this vehicle as well. They do come on at night time, but remember in the rain you do have to turn your headlights on. We also have front fog lights and as well as our indicator controls on this side as well. Coming across and to the right now, as I mentioned before, proximity key. Don't take the key out of your pocket. It's really easy. Just put your foot on the brake, hold the power button, car starts. We've got a button to turn the reversing sensors off. Sometimes if you were to fit a tow bar to the vehicle, you might want to turn them off. We've also got our blind spot monitoring system. You can turn that off. Why you would is beyond me. You'll see if I've just turned it on there, so hopefully the camera will pick it up in the mirror there. If I turn it off and then back on, it gives you a little demonstration. Little light pops up. Great to know when there's a car on your blind spot in the freeway, but I do thoroughly recommend still doing a head check, as it says in your driving book when you get your license. Over here, nice stainless trim there on the door, 4-door power windows of course, door lock if you're driving through a bad suburb, little button there to stop my camera from playing with the windows, and then our mirror controls. Above that, chrome door pull, as well as 2 memory seats. Great for a couple, because quite often people are of different heights and seating. You just hit your button and go. Excuse me. Into the center now, you'll notice the car is actually running. The only reason you know, because it's silent, is we've got a little ready button there saying we're ready to go. In the center here, here's the impressive part. 27,000 kilometers on this car. Quite commonly, because these cars are so fuel efficient, you see them with triple that at this sort of year level. So really, really nice to see low kilometers. You get your fuel gauge there telling you how much fuel economy you're getting, a fuel gauge, your speedo of course, little center screen that I'll go into in a moment, and over here we've got our charge mode, showing you where we're sort of, if we're using power charge. So when you're in regenerative braking, you'll see it does go into the charge mode there. We'll talk about regenerative braking in a moment. We're currently in EV mode and eco mode. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. Onto the center screen here, you can see when you're driving where the power is going, if it's going from the battery to the wheels or the engine to the battery and the wheels. So you can sort of see where the power is flowing from. You can also play through all the settings, of course, cruising range, that sort of thing, eco level, seeing how good you are, and then back to that screen. I like that one because it's fun to watch where the power is going. Across and into the center, we'll start off at the top. Sorry, Mr. Lynn, to go back up. Electrochromatic mirror, no flip switch on this one. Someone with bright headlights is behind you. It will fold up, it will dim automatically. Down, we've got our clock and a little thing there telling you if people aren't wearing their seatbelt. 2 air conditioning vents. Into our media center here. Obviously it's got navigation, as we're currently showing our super secret location here at 20-32 Kangan Drive, but fully featured in the audio as well. So if we go to media here, you will see my favorite feature, Bluetooth audio. You can play Pandora, Spotify, iTunes library straight through the audio with the phone in the pocket. Very, very useful. Go back to map because that's what we want to see. Below there we've got a button to test all of the indicators at once if you want to. Of course we've got dual zone climate control in this car as well. Yet again, good for the couples. Everyone wants a different temperature. Of course is where you want the air to come from, and front and rear demisters. Under here we've got a little bin for all of your many things, including a USB auxiliary input. Now let's talk about drive modes. A little bit to talk about here. Eco mode, pretty self-explanatory. Runs the air conditioner in a more economical way and does modulate your throttle application. So a lot of people drive with their foot sort of doing that. It sort of modulates that out to make it a lot easier on the engine, and you'll get much more range doing it that way. EV mode. Now, if available, if you've got enough battery charge, it can run in almost silent mode. So you can run just off the battery. Depending on how heavy you are with your throttle, you can keep it on its battery for quite a long time using no fuel at all. Good fun, that one. A little button there, that's a secret button. I'm gonna let you know what that is in a little while, because that is simply the coolest feature on this car. I love that one. So does my cameraman, actually. Two big cup holders, as I mentioned before, nice stainless sort of a brush looking trim here in the plastics. And now our shift is really easy to use. We pop it into reverse and our screen comes up with our reversing camera. Really, really easy to use. Of course, you've got your parking thing. You've got to change which mode you're in, as in straight reverse or sideways. You've got this one here. Which actually turns. This is the one I use because it's just the best thing in the world. You know exactly where you're going. There's a little Fiesta behind us, and you turn the wheel. I know right now I can reverse straight up and I will miss that car. Really, really useful. Or we can play a game and try and fit between the Triton and the Fiesta there, and I reckon we could. So the camera really lets you know exactly what's going on there. That's a really good feature. Into neutral. We all know what neutral does. D for drive. D will drive this car normally. Now, I don't recommend driving the car in D because why would you? You've got a hybrid. Flick it into B. B is brake. It's going to give you regenerative braking. You'll take your foot off the throttle and you'll find the car will actually brake a certain amount for you, recharging that battery that's in the boot of the car. So what that's going to do is further increase your range. So why wouldn't you drive it in B? Pop it into park. Continuing along, we've got a 12-volt socket just there and a little bin, good for your phone. Under here, we've got our armrest and a glove box, carpeted for all of your items to experience luxury. I'm going to get my camera to zoom around the interior now. Now, here obviously we've got black leather with white stitching, a really nice looking front seats. The driver's seat presents the same. Showroom, really, really brilliant. No signs of wear at all. We do have carpet mats both front and rear in this vehicle. In the back, air conditioning vents here as well. Rear seats present brilliantly. Now, I don't know if it's going to show up because it's a bit sunny. I want to show you what that secret button does. Check this out. You hit the button. Is not that the coolest thing you've ever seen? And watch this. Now, I'm not going to hit the button. I'm actually going to put the car into reverse. You put it into reverse, it comes down automatically. I pop it back into park. It pops back up. Simply the coolest thing in the world, that one. Anyway, continuing along through the interior, I always have a little look at the roof lining on a car. You'll notice unmarked, not a fingerprint or anything on it as well. Does show a previous owner quite well. Now, as we're coming back, jump into the service books where the story of this car just gets even better. All right, jumping into the service books. Toyota recommend 15,000 kilometre servicing on these cars, and we've got serviced at 8. We've serviced at 11. Sorry, no, serviced at, that's the same service, I've just done it on both sides. Serviced at 11, serviced at 19, serviced at 27, and then that is exactly where the car is actually, so full service history as well on this vehicle, so the story just gets better and better. Thank you for watching this video walk-around tour of our Camry Hybrid. As you've seen, exceptional quality outside, same on the inside, full Toyota service history. Huge economy savings for yourself. This is definitely the right car for you, and you can play with that rear visor button like we've been having fun with as well. Please do give us a call, 9907 0555, and thank you for watching.